Namaste. This is Grow Your Ayurvedic Business, Week 9, Web Tools. I'm Jacob Griscom, and this is an everyday Ayurveda production. As always, let's start with our preparation, our meditation. Come deeply into the now. You're going to have a lot of things to look at tonight in particular, so go ahead and turn off. How perfect is that? Go ahead and turn off all distractions, any cell phone, text messaging, email, any instant messaging on your computer, and create a quiet and focused space. Let anyone know that you need to, that you are going into your chamber of education and stillness. And in a comfortable seated position, relax your entire body. Calm your breath. Come into the self, the seat of consciousness in the heart that can watch the mind, can feel feelings without judging them or analyzing them, can let everything be and resist nothing. Come into the present moment with the So-Hum mantra. Especially on the exhalation hum, allow yourself to become very still and relax even more deeply into yourself. As you come into this space of the now, presence, abide as the self, you'll feel your body open. You'll feel your connection to our group, to our Ayurvedic community, and allow yourself to be felt. Lighten up the boundaries, the borders of yourself. Really feel the network of consciousness that you're a part of. So let's spend some moment in this stillness, in this peace, and we'll chant the Gayatri mantra. Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om. Namaste. Tonight, we're going to be getting into really step 4 in the Grow Your Ayurvedic Business System, building your marketing. And one of the most important places we'll focus in this age of information, the lower right, the system that is the main conveyor of information, the internet. So the web is our main tool for either a virtual or a local information business, which would be broadly the category of business that we're in as coaches, as consultants. We provide people with information. We provide them with consciousness and support for the interior. And the internet is the way that many people get their information. So as a marketing tool, it's the most effective way to build your list of prospects. These are warm prospects, prospective clients, so that you get clients. And it's the most effective way when it's done consciously, right? When it's done correctly. Secondly, it helps you stay organized and automated so that you leverage your time and energy. Increased leverage also equals increased income. If you create a lot of movement in your life or in your business and there's not a container that holds it, then that movement accumulates in your body and in your mind as vata. You know it as overwhelm, anxiety, confusion. So we use paper, we use systems, we use electronic tools to hold all of the movement in ways that can scale indefinitely, so that that's not all accumulating in your own personal psyche and space. And finally, why use the web? Well, it helps you stay in communication with your list to keep people engaged and interested, so that more prospects turn into clients. Again, we've mentioned before that it takes on average 7 points of contact for somebody to move at whatever level of relationship they're at to the next one. That's the average. So by staying in communication and especially having portions of that automated, there are many, many, many prospective clients that will turn into clients that would not otherwise, right? So without these tools in place, a practitioner is losing many, many prospective clients. Here's our agenda for tonight. We're going to go over just the landing page and the 4-page blog website, what they are, why they're important, how they work. We're going to talk a little bit about your email and or your customer relationship management system, the difference between each of those, and when to move from an email management system up to a more, more in-depth CRM. And then Mark is on with us tonight. It's late for him in London, but he's going to be talking about how to get set up with each of these, how to set up your hosting, how to set up your email management system account, how to set up your landing page, etc. And then I'll wrap us up with a discussion of your opt-in offer, a review of what makes an opt-in offer compelling and targeted to your market, and what to send to your list. Once somebody's on your list, great. Then what? How do you communicate with them? What do you say? So the first thing we want to cover here is the landing page. Now, a landing page is a simple one-page website. It speaks directly to your prospect's needs. That's the way to think of it here. If you're starting a new business, really, or you have an existing business, the landing page is the most essential web tool that you need to have. You don't even need a full web page or a full website with a bunch of different pages and tons of content on it. That really actually can be a massive black hole to suck away all of your time and your energy without actually producing one single solitary client in return. So again, we always want to focus on the strategies that are high leverage, and a landing page is the highest leverage. A simple one-page website that speaks directly to your prospect's needs. It provides a reason to join your list. This is the compelling opt-in offer. And again, we'll cover that again. What exactly do you want to give them? And it is focused. It does not have a lot of things for them to click on. In fact, it may have nothing for them to click on. Most landing pages have one choice: opt in or leave, right? Especially if you're buying traffic, if you worked hard for that traffic to get there, you don't want to have any other distractions. You want to give that prospective client one choice. Here is a compelling reason to enter into this dialogue, into this conversation. Here's something valuable that you'll get right away by giving your name and your email address. So if you're my prospective client, this is going to be valuable enough to you. This is going to be compelling. They will opt in. If they're not your prospective client, if they're not a warm enough potential client, they will leave, and that's okay too. So upgrading from there, once you have an effective working landing page in place, then you can have a website, and we recommend using a blog-style website on the WordPress platform. And you really don't need much more than 4 tabs, 4 pages. So why have a website? Well, a website is valuable when you start having a lot of content. Because when you have a lot of content, it gives you more ways to share and spread your work. Again, you've got a WordPress platform that Mark will be showing you. It's very easy to set up and manage by yourself. You don't need to be a web guru or have somebody constantly managing your website and updating things for you. You can do pretty much most of it all by yourself. The pages that you would have in a 4-page blog site would be your home, which would then become your landing page, right? Your main opt-in offer would be right there front and center. You would have your blog, where you could provide ongoing content, blog roll, and you can give categories to your blog. So if people are interested in a certain subject and you have a lot of content, you can organize it that way. So that would be another section to your website. You want to have your About page, which is another way for you to communicate the value of who you are and what you offer. Talk a bit about your services, not your prices, not your cost, your investment, but basically speak to the needs that your services address, speak to the goals and desires that they help people achieve, speak to the challenges that they help people overcome, and talk a little bit about you. You also want to have a contact page, a general place, one more opportunity for people to reach out to you directly, to ask a question, to take the next step. And you can have your opt-in offer as a sidebar on these other pages, on all the blogs. So if people come into your website through a particular blog entry, or if they find your About Us page or the Contact Us page first, any place where people are going to be landing, you want to give them a chance to join your list. The other thing about having a website and having more content is that you can begin to integrate more social media. You can have Facebook and Twitter integration so that when somebody's reading a page in your website or reading one of your blog entries, if they like it, they can actually like it. They can click a like button, and it will show up on their Facebook page. It has this viral effect, and by viral we mean that it spreads to their network, potentially can continue spreading through a lot of different networks. So it's a way for your content to spread and for you to ultimately leverage the traffic that you're getting without spending extra money. Important note, let your business revenue pay for this. Let your business revenue pay for a website. You can get the landing page up. If you're going to spend money on your landing page and optimizing it first, and then let it and the clients that it brings in for you pay for any further work you would do with your blog website. Also, let a leveraging of your time pay for the time that you would spend developing further content, right? So if you're going to put more content in your website, make it content that your clients have asked for, that you know people want, that you know people are interested in. Go there. So don't do kind of the backwards effect and have this be another place where you, again, try to get people interested in Ayurveda, speak to what they're already interested in, and write content around that. Don't spend your time and your money on fancy logo and design before you need it. You really don't need any of that to get clients. You can build in that brand over time, but let the revenue and let the momentum of your business build those things for you instead of them becoming just one more obstacle and one more expense to getting clients before you get there. Your email system is the other key piece that we're going to talk about. When somebody opts in on your landing page, right, when they give you their name, their name and their email address, they put that into a form. And I'm sure you've seen this. I know that you've seen this. You enter your name and your email address into a form and you press submit, or you press enroll, or you press, get this video now, or get my free report now. That's an opt-in form. And that opt-in form is something that is generated typically by an email system. The email system, this management service, takes that customer's information and does whatever you've told it to do. It manages your email contacts, it tracks them. You can set up auto responses that send things to a new subscriber automatically. And when you send out an email to your list, you can track and see, who's clicked on what, how many people have opened it. You can test the effectiveness of your email and the responses that you get. Now, a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, takes it just a bit further. This now integrates all of your contact management as well with any payment processing, automated marketing, task management, affiliate management, and really much, much more. The sky is the limit. And there's a platform that I recommend that we use with Everyday Ayurveda that would be a great CRM tool to upgrade into down the road. And the key point to look at is, when do you want to start doing that? Well, if you have a sustainable business in place, if you know your market, if you've built your program and you know the way that you work with and support clients, you've named your concepts, your content, you've built your system that turns prospective clients into happily paying, long-term committed clients, you have built your marketing, so you have marketing channels that are bringing new leads, new prospective clients in. And then finally, step 5, you have grown your partnerships. You've built some group programs, some collective culture and community around your clients. So you're starting to do group programs. You're starting to reach out to partners. Well, now that is actually a good time to start stepping it up to customer relationship management. Because at that point, when you have group programs, as with this one, you're also building products. You're building ways to leverage your time even further. And with that, you want to have some more robust tools. You want to have ways that people can buy your products and programs online, which means that you need payment processing tools that go with that. That would go with your merchant account. It's great to have automated marketing tools in place so that, again, prospective clients are following the most effective route to converting into happily paying, committed, engaged clients. You want to be able to manage your tasks and follow-ups more easily as those activities increase. Again, as the movement increases, you want systems that can handle that movement so it doesn't just get stored in you as overwhelm and as a stopping point. And these tools also provide affiliate management, which means when you reach out to partners, you can say, hey, partner, would you be willing to share this super valuable content and program that I have to offer with your list? I see that your list actually has a lot of overlap with my prospective clients. We're not direct competition. And you can actually earn some income for your business by introducing your clients to what I have to offer them. It's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for you. And it's going to bring in more clients for me. So affiliate management is a way to track that activity to give them unique links so that when they refer clients, you know, and they know, and everybody can see it. So CRM tools, that's the place to upgrade. that's sort of the next level, is once you have the 5 steps of the Grow Your Ayurvedic Business System in place, you're ready for the next tier of development in your business. And that's really the point when you take a really healthy income and a great business that's having an impact on your clients, really developing leadership in your community, and is deep work. If you want to go further than that, if you really want to create a wealth generator out of your business, then that happens through leveraging these sorts of tools, right? And ultimately, of course you want to do that. As we've spoken about, there's absolutely no reason not to align incredible amounts of wealth with open hearts and deep consciousness, because that's where we need wealth to be. That's what this next step in the evolution of the world is calling for. So please, become wealthy. And so this is the slide where I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Mark. Mark, I'm going to open this up for you and then hand over the controls. Let me do this first. Great. Let me just open your line. Mark, does that work? You there?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll let you, I guess, let's just have you go over your portion of the agenda here, and then when you've gotten through this, I'll hand over the controls, and you can take us on a journey.
Okay, great. Okay, so hello everyone. For those of you who went on the beginning, my name is Mark Quinn, and I'm going to be running you through the technical nitty-gritty things, really so that you can get a handle on this yourself if you, at the moment, just want a basic setup and you want to get this running. Then that's what I'm here to do to help you today. So what I'm going to be going through is how to set up your hosting. That's to get your landing page to be put up so that you can start building your email list and collecting people who would be willing to buy your services. I'm going to show you on some tips on selecting and buying your domain name. I'm going to use a very simple website that's going to really help us to do that. I'm going to then go through your setting up your email service. So all the technical nitty-gritty things I'll completely walk you through, and there's going to be a video, of course, after this that you can just go through and follow that yourself. Installing a basic WordPress landing page. I've created a theme for you which will allow you to actually create your own landing pages, which actually is really simple and straightforward, and it's ridiculous how well these things work. We've got essential elements. I'm just going to be going over some really good marketing techniques, just little things for you to notice when you're building that page, how you can change and update it. And then also I'm going to show you how to put an opt-in form from the email marketing software that I'm going to be showing you called Aweber. So plenty to get through. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Thank you, Mark. Well, let me give control of keyboard and mouse to attendee. Here you go.
Oh, the power.
All right. So that should be working there. Is that working for you?
I don't think so.
Let me see the audience view. Are you sharing your screen?
I still see your screen on my screen.
Click. Are you sure you want to make Mark Quinn the presenter? Yes, I am.
There we go.
There we go. I just wasn't sure before. I thought I did, but now I'm sure.
I can see why you could be confused about that.
Great.
Okay, I'm just going to move that out the way. So before I start, I need to remind everyone it's currently 12:30 at night here in London, in England. So if it suddenly goes quiet, I have fallen asleep, but I've taken plenty of yoga classes this evening to keep me awake just a little bit longer, so please be gentle. Okay, so we are here on the Everyday Ayurveda Mastermind website, and I am on the web resources page, and this is where we're going to start our journey. Now, I'm going to show you how to set up your hosting first. So if you come to this page, the web resources page, and click on this attractive image there, we just click that. Let me just put that in the window so we don't close that one down. Okay, so clicked on that link. Wait for the internet to do its magic. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to buy a domain name through this website, also to set up your hosting with them. So I use HostGator because it's ridiculously easy to use HostGator to set up a new WordPress site. I'm going to go through that with you. And also, it's really cheap. I mean, if you pay up front, you can get your price down to $3.96 a month. So it's okay. So we're on the HostGator site, and I'm going to click View Web Hosting Plans and go into that there. Now, what I'm actually going to recommend is not to go for these two plans on the right. Actually go to the Hatchling plan. It's really, it's just for one domain. If you wanted to add new domains, actually you could do that over the phone with HostGator just by dialing this number on the top. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to click or for the Hatchling plan there. Okay, so this is the stage where you would choose your domain name. Now, what I often find a lot of people who are marketing online actually have some kind of benefit in their domain name, and you don't necessarily have to have that, but it's very powerful if, for example, we had a domain name like Finding Happiness rather than a more generic name. So we really want to, when you're thinking about what domain to buy, I would really recommend having some kind of benefit to your audience in there. And this is really going to just, people will notice the benefit a lot more. So I'm just going to say, let's just say, Ayurveda can change your life. Let's just say that for now. I don't think anyone must have that. Okay.
I'll add this too, Mark, just that if the people get your own name as your domain name, so I have jacobgriscom.com,
yeah.
And Mark, you probably have something similar, markquinn.net or .com.
Yeah, yeah.
So always get your name if it's available too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's yeah. I made sure that I got that one. It's it is important to get that. So yeah, I mean, you can even just choose that here as well. Okay, so we've chosen our domain name, and we're just going to click onto step 2. Okay, now this section is totally up to you. On the top, the hosting package information. You can choose how much you want to pay up front. If you want to just get the 12 months out the way, I'm going to leave that up to you, and that should be fine. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to create a username. So I'm going to put in my name and just some, okay, it needs to be between 2 and 8 characters long, so I'm going to put just Mark Quinn there. And then some kind of security pin. There we go, I'll do this for now. Okay, fill in all this information here. It's going to cost about $20 to get this set up and to get yourself going here. And yeah, I'm not gonna buy this domain right now, but what you would do next is to click Create Account, and that will actually set up your account so that you can start hosting your landing page. Okay, so I'm not going to do that, but I will show you what you will receive. Okay, so here we have an email. I've just gone to reply just so that I can block out my password. So I've got my domain. There's my domain, markquinn.net. I've got my username. So after you purchase the HostGator account, you'll actually receive an email, and you might not get this straight away. Just be patient. This actually took 24 hours to reach me. So it will arrive eventually, but when it arrives, it is all totally set up for you. So what you would do is you would come into this email, and it will actually allow you to, okay, so it's this one here, the one with the cPanel on the end. And this is getting into you actually setting up your website and getting everything going there. So you would need to go into the cPanel there. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to flick over to cPanel, and I'm going to show you what happens. So you would click this link, you would log in with the username and password that you've been provided here, and then that will take you directly to the cPanel site, and you can do what you need to do there. So I'm just going to go to my personal cPanel, and I'll show you how quick and easy it is for you to start your WordPress site, which is where you're going to be hosting your landing page. Okay, so this is the HostGator control panel. There are lots of things on the screen, but there's like one thing really that you need to do. Okay, so when you're on this page, what you want to look for is this pretty little smiley face, which says Fantastico Deluxe. Okay, so we click the Fantastico Deluxe button, and that will take us to a lovely site here. So when we go there, and then WordPress is we're going to ask for a new installation. So I'm going to click on New Installation. Okay, so that was a domain I had a while ago. So I'm going to just choose markquinn.net. So what normally it would say is it would actually tell you, it would actually only have the domain. I've got about 50 domains, so I have a lot to choose from. But because you've only just chosen your domain, that's all it's going to say to you. So you would just choose your particular domain that you'd be installing WordPress on. I'm going to leave this directory blank because what would happen is if I put, for example, test, it would install WordPress not at markquinn.net, but at markquinn.net/test. And we don't want that, so we're just going to take that out. Okay, so it's going to ask for a username and password, so we're going to click on, we're going to type in admin is a pretty standard one, and we're just going to put a password. So I'm just going to use admin. Okay, so we're just going to go through there, and I'm going to put my name is just Mark. I'm going to put my email address in there, and I'm also going to say, okay, so this is our landing page site. Okay, so that's that. Leave the description out, it's really not important, and we're just going to click install. Simple. Okay. Isn't that good news? Okay. Okay, so what we're actually going to do, I just realized, for this example only, I'm going to put a directory in because I already have WordPress installed at the location. So you would leave that blank. I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so I click that and I go finish installation. And any second, there we go. So I've got it. It's all up. Now, this is really handy for you to make sure that you remember the username and password of your site. So if you want to put your own password in there, it's really handy just for you to type in your email address into here and click send email, and that will email you the login information that you're going to need to actually get onto the site. So I'm going to just copy this link for now because I'm going to need that in a second. So this link with WP admin on the end, that's going to allow you to log into WordPress. So I would normally just click, I'm not going to click this just now because I'm going to delete this site later, but I would just click send email, and then I would want to go to this WP admin. So wherever you install it, so if I bought johndoe.com and I installed WordPress at johndoe.com, then if I wanted to log in, I would have to go to johndoe.com/WP-admin. So I'm just going to go to that site right now. Okay, and this is WordPress. Welcome to WordPress. So username and password, so we're just going to put admin and admin. And here we go. Welcome to your new home. I look at this page so many days of the week, so many hours. So this is the WordPress dashboard. I'm going to go through an in-depth training for you about how you actually use WordPress. I have another video that I've made for you that's going to be posted along with this one, and it's going to go through absolutely everything you need to work with WordPress, how to set up pages, how to set up blog posts if that's where you want to go. So I'm not going to go through that here. All I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to install your landing page theme that we've created for you. Okay, so you want to come down here on the left-hand side and you'll see themes. So we'll click on themes. Okay, now what you'll see is WordPress has a default theme that it has set up. So if I click this link at the top, if at any time you want to actually look at your site, you just click this link that's on the top. So this is the name I've given the site, so I just click landing page site. And this is my landing page site. This is how it looks. If at any time I wanted to get back, I would just hover over the top over my name and I would click dashboard. Okay. So we're going to go back down to themes. And I'm going to click install themes because I'm going to add my landing page theme. Okay. And I'm going to click upload. And you will get you'll get this theme that we're giving you tomorrow in your along with the posting of this webinar. So you would download that file and you would click choose file here. Make sure you remember where you put it. I always put things on my desktop if I really want to remember where they are. And what we need to do is install that theme. So here's the theme. It's called blank sales page theme. And we're going to just open that there. And then click install. Wait for that to do its magic. Okay. And when that happens, just click activate. We could go back to the themes page, but the old theme would still be active. So we're just going to keep this on and just click on activate for now. Okay. And this is our current theme. Our new theme is here. So if I click on this page, there we go. There's our landing page. So I'm just going to go back. And what I want to show you next now is how to actually set up your email service, your email marketing service through Aweber. And that's going to help you to put an opt-in box that you can have on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go back to the Mastermind site and I'm going to click on Aweber. Let's make sure we go to another page. There we go. Working its magic. Okay. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to click on order. And this will set up Aweber for us. Okay. Good thing about Aweber, for the first month, it only costs you $1. So that really just helps you get things set up and you're not paying $19 a month for nothing to happen. So that's really good to go through. So I want the monthly package. I would fill out all of my details here. and I would click I agree to complete the order. And they will just charge you the first month. Okay, so I'm not going to do that, but I will actually log into Aweber, because what they will do is they'll send you your username and password, which you can log into the site with. So I'm just going to click sign in, and every time you're going to see this page. Okay, so I use a special password manager, so I'm just going to open that and click that. I put my username and password in there. I click the big green button, and here we go. We are in. Okay. Now, once you're inside, Aweber is very straightforward, but I'll just give you a really quick heads up. This is all your subscribers that you're going to be gathering are going to be in here. So if you just click on subscribers, it will show you everyone who's on your list. The difference in messages between follow-up and broadcast is a follow-up is an automated email that's sent out so many days after someone signs up, and a broadcast is just something you send out straight away. Okay, so what I'm going to do is it will actually ask you to create a new list for the first time. So I'm going to have to go to that page because I've already got 10 lists going on. So I just click on that and I go to create a new list. There we go. Okay, welcome to the list creation page. So first we want to give the list a name. So I'm going to just put in, let's just put in Ayurveda and a few nines. There we go, that one's available. Okay, so let's go to, we're going to call that Ayurveda Mastermind for now. I'm just going to put any email address in there right now. And what it's good to actually have is if you actually have notifications, if you want a notification every time a new subscriber is added to your list, and that's good just to put your name and email address in here. So I'm just going to put in Mark, and I'm just going to put any old email address in for now. Okay, so I click Save Settings. Okay, now what I want to draw your attention to is actually this bar along the bottom. And this is a setup wizard which will show you how far along you are. So if you're not fully set up, it will nag and torment you until you have everything in place. So it's really good just to get that to 100% because then you know that things are pretty tight. So you would fill in your company name, your URL, all of this stuff. Now, what I actually want to do is I'm going to just save this for now. Okay. Now this, if we come up to the top when you're still creating your list on the confirmed opt-in page, basically what a confirmed opt-in is when when you sign up for an email newsletter and it says before we can actually submit your information, we need to just check that you are who you are and your friend hasn't just added you. So if you want to make sure, and this is good if you're going to get a lot of spam, if you want to make sure that people are not getting, are not going to be hassled by this, then it's good to leave the opt-in on. However, my recommendation is actually to turn it off so that as soon as their email address gets put in, it will automatically just get put straight on the list, because sometimes people will forget to click the link in their email, and that's a way it can reduce the number of people who get onto your list. So I would say unless you're a big hotshot, turn this off. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm just going to click yes. I just click there, and it's gone. It's off. So we'll just save that as well. Okay. So that's pretty much everything that you've needed to get things started. And of course, you can go in and add more information, but I'm not going to do that for now. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to click on the first web form. So I'm going to go down here and click Create a New Web Form. Here we go. So you can choose whatever. I mean, you can play with this for hours and hours upon end and choose, okay, I want this one or that one's good. So in the template section here, it's good. You can just go through and find your theme. I am not going to do that. I'm going to just leave that as it is for the time being. When you're creating a landing page, I don't know if Jacob might disagree with me on this. I always just use email. I would normally just take out the name and leave the email in. It's just much quicker, and you'll actually get, from my experience, more people signing up. So
Yeah,
each
one of these things is kind of a trade-off decision, right? If you have the opt-in there, you end up with fewer subscribers, but they're higher quality subscribers because they've had that much more motivation to get onto your list. With the first name, again, it's that much more of a barrier to entry, so you're going to get, again, more depth but less span, fewer subscribers but more interested ones. It also allows you then to later personalize it and use their first name when you email them.
Yeah, I think it's personal choice which you want to do there. So what I'm going to do, this is fine. This is a really simple form. I'm happy with this. If I wanted to put a header in here, I would just click on the header and click inside this box, and let's just put something in there for fun. Get my free thing. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Okay, so if we click Save Web Form, we're done. So our form is actually ready to publish. It's that easy. So next thing I actually want to do is I want to come over to settings. I want to give it a name. So I'm going to just call that landing page opt-in for now. Don't worry about this stuff. You can leave that. You can leave that totally there. You can create a custom thank you page if you want to, but it's really not necessary. You are going to be sending them an email, which you would do through the messages and follow-up section, and that email would be sent to them immediately after them opting in. So we're just going to click Save Web Form for now, and we click Publish. Okay. So who will publish this form to your website? I will install the form. Okay, now this code is all you need, so we're just going to copy that. Let's copy that there. Okay, and then we're going to go back to our lovely site that we've just set up. Here we go. We're back on the site. So I've got that code copied there. So, okay, so we're back on WordPress. Now, when you're actually using this particular theme that we've given you here, what it actually does is it goes via the posts section. It doesn't actually appear as a page. So you don't need to worry about pages. We can just close that down there. And we're going to go add new post. Okay, this is our post. And what we want to do is we want to put in a title. So when you're choosing a title, I'm going to show you some. I'll go through real quick. I've got a few pages that I found of different landing pages that we can use. So I'm going to put just really quickly. Did you know that you can be happy in 5 steps? Let's just leave it at that for now. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to actually right-click or control-click if you're on a Mac and paste. This is our code that we have here. So once this code is there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you how that appears on the site. So we'll just click Publish. There we go. And we are just going to click on View Post. Okay, actually what we want to do is when you're posting your, oh hang on, Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So what you'll actually notice that's happened here is there is actually a default post that WordPress puts in there kind of without us knowing. So what we actually need to do is we need to come to the dashboard. Under posts, we're just going to click on posts. And we're going to see our two things. So here's our one we just put in, and here's the hello world. We're actually just going to trash that one. We don't actually want to use that. We want to get rid of that and just have our one. So when we click on this now, there we go. That's ours. So what you'll see is this form that we've just created on Aweber, all we needed to do was to put that into our, where's it gone? Let's go back to the dashboard. Click on our posts, and then click on our particular post we've just been making. So it's taken this code and it's managed to put that on the page. Now, once you're in here, just one more thing I just forgot to mention. I realized you have to put this not through the visual tab, but through the HTML tab. These are two completely different things. If you're putting anything scary looking like this, like any kind of code or anything like that, you always have to put it through the HTML tab. So make sure when you come in here that you click on the HTML tab and you can put all of that in there. Once we've done that, however, we don't need to go back to that tab at all. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually just going to click on, I'm going to click in the page, and I'm actually going to click on this. This is the bullet points page. So this is really where we would start to add our particular benefits. So we're going to put in benefit 1, press enter, benefit 2, and we're just going to list through the particular things that people are going to get. And let's put benefit 4 just to round it off nicely. And then we're just going to update that. Okay, let's just get that an extra page there. Okay, so you'll see here that what it's done is started to actually list the particular benefits that we've been listing out. So you can write longer benefits, what people are going to get, and then using this form to say, get my free thing. Now, this is a really basic theme that we've set up for you here. There's lots of different things that you can have. For example, you could add images into a post, and I'll show you how to do that in other videos. When you see the WordPress training video, you'll see how to do that. You can come in here at any time to the edit post section, and just, for example, we can just type in some introduction text. Testing 1, 2, 3. So if we just click update that. Okay, now on our page, when we refresh that page, here's the introduction test. So what a lot of you might actually be thinking is that this is a rather ugly page. So what I was trying to do before this call was to show you other ugly pages of people who are ridiculously successful and show you that you really don't need to worry. I think landing pages are something that should be improved over time. Some of them are very attractive, but some of them start off like this, very simple, straightforward. I would actually recommend that you have a photograph of yourself on the front page, as I said, which I'll show you in the other video that we've created for you. But I just wanted to give you a couple of different pages to have a look at. So we've got 2%rules.com, and this is through a mentor of mine who taught me everything he knows about internet marketing. And you'll see that it is ugly. There's nothing going on. There's a video, and there's the place to put your email address. Super simple, and it converts really well. He has quite a list from using this page. Another one we've got here is a blogging system. This is a little bit more attractive. the thing I don't like about it is that there's just too much going on. There's this stuff in the background. You actually find that a lot of the uglier pages will, or I wouldn't say, let's not use the word ugly, let's just say simple. A lot of the simpler pages will work better because it will draw your eye towards the thing you want people to be drawn to. So rather than giving them many different things like a logo and a background that's, got lots going on, all we want to do is we want people to be drawn to our headline, the thing that is actually going to captivate people. So this is a page that has been built by a professional blogger, and text is a little bit too small, but this guy must make some money. But again, super simple, not a professional button, very straightforward. And let's just show one more here, copy blogger. This is a little bit nicer. But again, what you'll see is a lot of these pages, they come out really well. These people have a big phone. And it literally comes down to what you're writing rather than how it's presented, because all we want people to do is to be drawn towards the thing that we want them to see. So we don't want to add too much in there. So that's why Jacob was saying before, not to spend too much money on a logo when you're setting off, and even not to go for a professional website until you actually know your landing page is converting and actually working for you. So yeah, I think that really is the biggest chunk that you're going to need to be setting up your landing page. And we have actually created some additional videos for you. And I don't know if you want to show the slide at this point, Jacob, just so we can move on unless there's anything else you want to say.
That's awesome, Mark.
Yeah, that would be great.
So, change the presenter back to me. Am I sure I want to do it? I think yes. All right, so everyone should be seeing my screen again here.
There we go.
That look about right?
Yep.
Okay, great. And I'm going to move it on to the next slide here.
Cool.
There we go.
Okay. So we've got training videos that I spent the last couple of days working on for you. So we're going to train you on how to use WordPress. So if any of that seemed confusing to you, fear not. There's a 30-minute video I've created that's going to go through everything for you there. I'm also going to show you how to get a professional or custom design if you wanted to build a website yourself. Then you can do that. You can use this training I've gone through with you today to set up a WordPress blog site. I'll show you how to do that. We've also got creating a video presentation. One of the great things, I guess, about the internet these days, I mean, if you look at the success of YouTube, it is actually the second, I don't know if anyone knows this, it's actually the second biggest search engine in the world. More people search on YouTube than they do on Bing or Yahoo. Of course, the first one is Google. They are the biggest. But adding a video to your landing page just makes it ridiculously successful because people actually get to see you and establish a level of trust with you. I also got a 4-page WordPress blog site training. So I'm going to show you how to set up the 4-page site that Jacob went through before. And I'm also going to show you how to set up things like Facebook and Twitter and give you some tips and pointers on that. Just a really basic overview on what to do there. So those are the videos you can expect alongside this coming to you tomorrow. So yeah,
Excellent.
if you just go to the next slide there.
There we go.
Okay, and if any of this actually seemed daunting today, we have a page that's going to go up tomorrow, Web Development Services. You'll find that link will appear in the left-hand side of the rest of the menu. what we have a range of different packages, from setting up, just getting your WordPress site up for you, to getting the landing page set up for you, and we can handle all this stuff for you. It's really useful if you're wanting to put your energy in different parts of your business and you don't want to figure this out, you just want to get it done, get someone else to do that. We have actually created packages for you just to take that load off, because we know how daunting it can be for some people. But if you don't want to do that, that's the aim of today. We wanted to give you something that you can actually just pick up, do yourself, and run with straight away. So that's really what we wanted to cover today. I do want to say one thing though. We do have a service if you wanted a full website to be built. Now that is going to stay on the page. However, I would actually recommend, as you know, Jacob and I have been talking here, you know, your landing page is really the most important thing. So if you have not got people coming through to your landing page, I would actually recommend you not take that package for the time being. What we're most interested in here is building our list, giving people a page with one thing to do, and watching that list grow. I've seen internet marketing experts make money without even having a website. So that just goes to show the power of these landing pages. And as your business is growing, you may want to have more of a presence online. And we'll still be here for you even after you finish the course. So you can come back, we can set you up a site, and get that all handled for you. But we just want to make sure that we can give you a solution for whatever stage you're at. But for the time being, your landing page is the most important thing. So yeah, I think that is pretty much all I have to say to you all. I really hope this was helpful. I hope it was not too technically challenging. And yeah, I really wish you all the best of luck. It's been a pleasure to do this for you all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. And it's truly, I mean, as I've said, you're just such a gem to have on the team. I, for one, am clear about the tech stuff that I like doing or I'm comfortable doing, and the stuff that I don't. And I wouldn't have been able to get really anywhere in any business endeavors that I've ever done if I tried to do it all myself. So you know, the funny thing that kind of tends to happen, or funny or tragic, however you want to see it, is that a lot of times a new business person, and Ayurvedic practitioners are not at all unique, will get sucked into the black holes of, you know, areas where it could subconsciously sort of just be a way to avoid taking the actual behaviors that will create the real results in the world, because with that, you know, any inner stuff that's out of alignment tends to show up. But I do encourage everyone that, you know, if tech is not your thing, then, you know, just get Mark's help, get it done well, get it done quickly, get it up there, test it, use it, get results. Don't let it become a stumbling block or an obstacle or something that sucks you in indefinitely. And certainly, you know, don't put more into it, more time, money, energy than you need to right away.
Absolutely.
So we'll go ahead and wrap this up with a bit more content here at the end, and then we should probably even have a bit of time for questions today. So let's talk a little bit more just about this opt-in offer and the concepts that we're going for here. Your opt-in offer basically addresses the biggest needs for your prospective client. As with the naming of your content and concepts and everything that we focused on, you're always pulling it out of the ether into the realm of the earth, and you do that by using language and an offer that is concrete, specific, emotional, and results-oriented. So again, concrete means that you can actually touch it, you can smell it, you can taste it. A video camera could report the exact same thing that you show. There's no room for misinterpretation. There's no guesswork involved. If it's concrete, you know what's up. So instead of create your best life ever, say exactly what that's going to mean. Have energy when you wake up first thing in the morning, right? Avoid the energy crash in the afternoon. So whatever your topic, your niche, your target area is, always ask yourself, what does that actually look like, right? Would a video camera be able to report the same thing that I'm saying right now? Also, anytime that you can make it specific. And specific means that you're able to add details to those concrete results, right? So you can add scale, you can add time, you can add any specific ease that you offer. So get energy when you wake up first thing in the morning after just 1 week of implementing this new behavior, right? So now that's concrete and specific. They get the concrete result, and specifically, you can get it after just 1 week, right? So use those tools wherever you can. Emotional means that, again, you tap into it viscerally. You get an actual visceral body sensation when you think about that, when you feel that. And this is one that's, it's harder to measure in terms of something being concrete or specific outside of just simply your body. So this one you just have to ask yourself, when I hear this, when I read this, when I speak this, or when somebody else reads or hears or speaks this, does it produce an actual sensation in the body? And then, of course, all of those are results-oriented. You're talking about what somebody is going to, what benefits they're going to get, or what challenges they're going to be overcoming. So what do you offer as your actual opt-in offer? Well, the first thing we talked about out of designing your content, once you have your behavioral theory of change, the starting place for content for you to develop is a free report. This can be 1 page, 12 pages, basically a synopsis of your most pertinent ideas that come from your behavioral theory of change, right? That basic discussion of why people should be listening to you, which are the concrete, specific, emotional, results-oriented benefits. And then a discussion of the challenge, the impact that challenge has, how that challenge comes into being and why, and then a discussion of the desired results, the impact those desired results have on people, and the behaviors that lead to those desired results, as well as how and why that's the case. So your free report's your starting place, right? The why, the what, the how. Here's exactly how to do this new behavior, this most important, biggest one. It's going to help you get this result. Here's step-by-step how to do it. And then here's the what if. Here's the call to action. Here's the next thing for you to do. Come to my free talk, hear my free teleconference, sign up for this free introductory session so that we can actually help you implement this into your life so you can finally overcome this challenge and get this result. You can also use an interview, right? You're going to want to cover that same sort of content, but you could do it in the form of an interview. You could have one of your mastermind members interview you, someone in your community. You can record that as a video, as an audio. You could even do it as a text interview, question and answer sort of format. You can also look at doing an e-course. An e-course is basically a way to break an interview or a free report up into a series of modules. And using that follow-up tab that Mark showed you in Aweber, you can set those modules to send on an automatic basis to a new subscriber. So you could say, sign up for my free 8-week e-course, give it a great name, and tell them what they're going to get, the benefits. And then immediately when they sign up, they get week 1. And then a week later, they get week 2. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've already had at least those 7 points of contact automatically over the course of 8 weeks. So an e-course is a great step up. Once you have your free report, if you want to take it a step further, start breaking that content up and expanding it into an e-course. And when you feel good about that and that's ready, you can swap your opt-in offer. And by that time, you'll actually be able to probably have tested how well did the free report work, and does the e-course work better? Does it work worse? Does it convert more people or less? And now you've got a couple of different pieces of content to test. And if the e-course is more content, it's actually more valuable, but heck, it actually converts fewer people, well, then go back to the free report. You can also offer a tool. You can offer a test, some sort of assessment. a way for somebody to type themselves, right? So obviously our most classic version of this is our Ayurveda constitution test. Determine your type. People love that. People love to know what type of something they are, and that can be really compelling, especially if it's very pertinent and relevant to your audience. So the only time I would use an Ayurvedic dosha test, like determine your type, was if you were directly targeting people who were searching for Ayurveda. In your case, that's probably not going to be the case. But as one of our clients, one of our members, is working on a category of people that could be called highly sensitive people, HSP. And so I said, one of the ideal things you could do there is to offer them a free test to help them determine if they are a highly sensitive person and what that means for them and what steps to take from there. So you can use a tool like that. And if you want to use a tool that has a little bit of programming involved, we will, on the business resources page, give you some really easy ways to build that for you quickly and easily. There are many, many people in the world happily ready to do any sort of coding that you want. So if you can imagine it, somebody can build it for you. You can also set up, again, an audio recording you can do simply through your free conference calling account. You can just record your own voice, have a script, and read it with enthusiasm and energy. Or you can record a video. You can record a video of yourself, or you can record a screen flow or a Camtasia shot of a video production that you would do, where you're basically going through slides, videos, etc., little clips, and speaking. So these are all great forms of opt-in offers, content that's directly valuable to your target market, something that they get immediately, instantly, upon entering their email or their name in their email and then pressing submit. So finally, again, always remember with any content you put together, name it. Name your content and your concepts. Giving your content and concepts a name increases the perceived value by 10 to 100 times. It goes from being just good advice to an actual secret, a system, a process, something that people can bite into, they have more confidence in, and that they're actually more likely to follow through on trying, implementing, and then, of course, getting results. It builds credibility. It builds a brand. So name your content, name your concepts, spend the time doing that, and get feedback. And again, content and concept naming goes to the same idea. You're always wanting to start first with names that are results-oriented. As much as possible, they're concrete, they're specific, they're emotional, they're results-oriented. And then you can use the other tools that we've spoken about in naming. You can use alliteration, where that fits, using the same consonant sound at the beginning of words. You can use rhyme, using the same sound at the end of words. You can use rhythm, making sure there's a good flow to your name. And you can use any powerful unconscious associations, names that convey a deeper meaning. And that also tends to tap into the emotional and that visceral realm. When you have a good, powerful subconscious or powerful unconscious meaning that's embedded in there, it has this way that it affects you at another level. So give your names that test. Ask when people hear that, where does that land for them? And if they say that they actually have a good body response to that, that's a great sign. Run with it. As long as the body response is, I get it. Not if the body response is, huh, that's confusing. So here's what to send to your list. Once somebody actually opts in and is on your list, I recommend at least for that first 8 to 12 weeks, that first time of building that relationship, send at least an email per week. So the first thing that they're going to get is your opt-in offer. They're going to get a link. They're going to get access to it on the next page. Whatever it is, that is something that they get instantly. So that's part of the incentive of opting in, is that they don't have to wait for it. As soon as they press submit, basically it's going to be at their fingertips through their inbox or on the next page. Then you can also, at that point, send relevant tips or a question and answer format. And this can be in the form of simply sending sending it as a text email. You can do, if you end up setting up a full 4-page website with your blog, you can do it as a blog entry. And then the email would just be kind of some teaser text with the link to the blog, so that they would visit your blog and then read the content there, or listen to the audio there, or watch the video there. And then they can also leave comments. They can say what they learned, what they have to share, their thoughts, as well as if you have social media integrated, again, they can click like, they can tweet it, they can share it through Twitter, through Facebook. Every piece of content that you create, though, and that includes an email, always ask yourself, have I covered the 4 learning styles? Have I given them a strong reason why? Have I told them what benefits they're going to get, what challenges they're going to overcome with this content that they're about to read? Have I started with a strong why? If not, then the relevance of this tip is going to go way, way down. Then ask, okay, have I spoken about the what? Have I given some context for this? Have I spoken a little bit about the theory, the philosophy, maybe given a case study, a story, used a statistic? Usually the what content is easy to come by, and that's what you'll gravitate towards. You'll want to talk about it. Then ask yourself, have I given a clear how? Have I given this person a recipe, a series of action steps? Do this first, then do this, then do this. Either to implement some behavior that you've talked about in the what, or to give them specific steps about what action to take. And then finally, have you given them that call to action? Have you given them the link? Have you given them the phone number? Have you given them the form to fill out, the button to press? Give them specific instructions about what to do right now so that they get the results that they want and that they overcome the challenges that they're facing. So what else to send to your list? Well, as you grow and as you develop, you might also find that there are some relevant partner opportunities or partner content that you can send to them. Sometimes this can also take the form of, if there's a really valuable study that's just come out that makes a lot of sense for the target market that you're addressing, and something that's really pertinent that you want to reinforce a particular point. Say you were working on supporting people with heart disease, and you said, here's actually the latest study on saturated fats, and shows that there's actually not a strong correlation of saturated fats with heart disease. It's much stronger with trans fats, and here's what those are, and the specific, like the 5 biggest sources of trans fats to avoid, and here's this study. That can be a piece of content that you can send out. It could also be a video and audio, anything else that's going to be really relevant. But ask yourself, if I was this prospective client, would I appreciate receiving this? Would I really feel that this was valuable? Would this catch my attention and actually provide some depth, some insight? Then, of course, the other thing to invite people to, or to send your list, are invitations to your events, invitations to your talks, invitations to your teleconferences, invitations to your webinars. And those invites want to use the same learning styles as well. You want to say why, what's the benefit they're going to get from this talk, teleconference, or webinar? What's the challenge that they're going to overcome? What exactly is it? What are you going to be covering? What are you going to be talking about? What is the stuff they're going to learn? How should they register for this event? What do they need to do? And then what if? Where's the link? What should they click on right now to register for this? Or what number should they call right now? What's the action to take right now if they want to take this next step towards getting these great results and overcoming these challenges? And then finally, the free session offer, your sales sadhana practice that is done during your free session offers. Those will happen at the end of your talks, teleconferences, and webinars. But you can also periodically send out a timely free session offer to your entire list. Anytime that you're wanting to get a rush of new prospective clients, you can put that free session offer out. And again, make it timely. Give a reason why you're doing it. Don't just say, hey, would you like a free session? Come up with a reason and make it a real reason that you want to work with someone. And it could be transparently just saying, hey, I've got a few new spots that just opened. and I'm looking for some clients, and this is how you know if you're my prospective client. Say you have this challenge, you have this, you want this result, right? You give them, again, the why. Why would they potentially be a prospective client? Then you tell them the what. What are you actually going to cover in this free session offer or in this free session? And what you're going to cover with them is probably some form of helping them clarify their goals and their vision for their health. You're going to help them set some real concrete and clear milestones that let them know that they're moving in the direction they want to be moving. Those might be inner and outer growth points. And you're going to help them uncover any hidden obstacles that could sabotage their success. You're going to help them look at the inner and outer things that get in the way of them actually overcoming those challenges, that get in the way of them actually getting those results. So then you would say, here's how to do it. You know, take these steps to sign up for or to apply for a free session, and then give them the link, give them the direct call to action, and say, so if this is you, if it feels like you're a prospective client and you've got this challenge and you want to overcome it, or you want to get these results, then here's the action to take right now. Call this number or click on this link and do that now. So here's week 9, web tools. This is the homework to implement from this week. Basically what Mark went over here. Set up your hosting. Click on the link in the business resources section there. Use HostGator. If you're using another host, it's about to expire and it doesn't look as good, as easy to use as HostGator, then when your expiration comes up, just click on that link and you can actually move your domain names over. You can set up multiple domain names. Just so you know, having multiple domain names does not mean that you need to have multiple websites. You could have hundreds of domain names all land on that exact same website landing page. So I recommend that you have at least your name as your domain name. So I would have jacobgriscom.com and choose .com if it's available. Get that, and then get any other domain names that you want that are good, we could call them keyword domain names. They relate to your target market. They relate to the main challenge you help people overcome, the main benefit you help them get. And keep it short. Don't let it get out of control. The shorter the domain name, the easier it is to remember, the quicker it is to type in, the easier it is to work with. So set up your hosting, select and purchase your domain names, and then set up your email service account. Aweber is the one that we recommend, and the reason we recommend Aweber is that besides it being very easy and simple to use, it also has the highest deliverability rate in the industry. The reason, again, that's so important is that if you have a list with 1,000 people on it, but only 50% of your people are actually getting your email to their inbox, and the rest is landing in their bulk or their junk box, well, you really only have a list of 500 people. But if you have a 90% deliverability rate, then you have a list of 900 people. So Aweber is the best out there. It's got basically the best deliverability rate, and that's why we recommend it. Then install and edit your basic landing page. Go through the steps that Mark gave you. Watch the additional tutorial videos for any additional support that you need, and or hand it over to Mark directly. If you're already clear that you went through this and your mind just shut down, or there was not like a place for this to land, don't let that be a stalling place. Reach out, get the support, get it done. Otherwise, do it yourself, and then post a comment on the blog. You can post it under any of the videos. Mark's going to be posting a series of videos, so if you have questions on any of those topics, just type your questions in below that video, and that will allow Mark or allow me to comment on and reply to your question. If you have the question, it's very likely that somebody else has that question as well, or somebody in the future will. So post the comment on the blog, keep the discussion going, and again, reinforce what you've learned, what you think, what you feel. Meet with your mastermind group, and as I sent out here today, make the most out of these mastermind group meetings. come to the table prepared to really work on concrete things in your business. Hold that each time that you go to your mastermind group, you are coming out with something new. So divide the time up evenly between members. Share the actions that you're taking, the results that you're getting, any challenges and inner or outer obstacles that you're facing. Get support around those, and then finish your portion of the meeting, finish your session with a concrete action step, with a stretch for the week, something that you're going to commit to doing to move your business forward this week. And when you come back next week, you'll be able to use the group itself for that personal accountability. Right? Once you've stated it out loud, it's not just something that exists in your mind. You've actually shared it with your team, and you're using that collective environment to support your movement forward. So let's go ahead and check in on questions. Mark, are you still there?
Still there.
Do you have the time, and how much time do you have?
I can stick around. I found a second wind, so I'm still...
Okay. What time is it right now? I'm just looking here.
1:30 a.m.
All right. So we are actually right at the time here. So let's do this. If there are any quick questions, anything that you have burning, anything that we can clarify right now, go ahead and raise your hand or type it into the question poll, and we'll get at those. And then otherwise, again, type them into the blog, email us, make sure that you get your questions answered, anything that's not clear. So again, if there's anything immediately right now, go ahead and raise your hand or type it into the question box. And I'll go ahead and I'll just give it just a minute here, and if we don't see anything from you, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up at our normal time.
And I will go over the comments myself if you want to post them on the blog and make sure that everyone gets a response. I want to make sure that people are okay with this, because I know it can be pretty daunting to some people.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for that. So it looks like we're good for now, and send everyone off with my love, support. You're doing incredible work. Namaste, and until next week.